There is no second person angel of the Lord in the Old Testament. But first, let's define what an angel is according to the dictionary of the Old Testament. In 1/3 or 33% of all references in prophetic and apocalyptic books are humans. The Hebrew term's broad reference thus may result in ambiguity if the context does not make it clear if a human is in view. Example, Malachi 1, a human contrasted with a supernatural messenger. This is why you'll find that in Jewish Christian circles, it was considered a heresy to believe that an angel could somehow become a human being. This is from Lee's Jesus Transfiguration book, where he notes that a apostolic work called the Prayer of Joseph describes such a belief of the angel of Israel as the angel who manifested himself in Jacob, who descended and lived among humans and called Jacob. This angel forgot his heavenly identity, but Uriel came forth and told him who he was. He is the angel of God, the firstborn, the power that stands before the face of the Father. And what's important, according to Lee, is in that this prayer, a pre-existent heavenly mediator descended and lived as a human being. Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? This is why such a belief of angels taking on flesh is actually a sin. We have the event in Genesis 6 with the so-called Nephilim, and other apostolic age works describe a similar event in the Ascension of Isaiah, Apocalypse of Zephaniah, Malachi, the Lives of the Prophets, and the so-called document known as the Testament of the 12, and also in some Qumran sources. Of interest is the fact that Origen in the 4th century, in his commentary to John, writes that the Baptist was an angel who became incarnate to be the precursor of Christ. Of note is the fact that prophets are identified as angels of the Lord as well. You got Haggai in chapter 1, Malachi again as mentioned. The lips of a priest should guard knowledge. After all, he's the messenger of the Lord who rules over all. And in the work called 2nd Esdras, chapter 1, talks about the patriarchs and prophets, and again Malachi, who is called the messenger of the Lord. And Malachi, by the way, is Hebrew for my messenger. Furthermore, angels are not the seed of a human, as per the messianic prophecy in Genesis 3, 2 Samuel 7. Angels are not raised up, as the prophecy of Deuteronomy 18 and Jeremiah 23 and 30. Angels are not created by the Lord from the womb, as Isaiah 49 and Psalm 110 testify regarding the Messiah to come. Angels are not lineal blood relatives of David, according to Psalm 132. Angels are not the shoot. They're not the offspring of Yahweh, according to Isaiah 11. So the prophecies here concerning the Messiah are against this notion that he pre-existed as the angel of the Lord.